The Fate of Atlantis. Haha. Oh, this is a classic. Classic. From 1992.
All right, Jones. How you gonna find that statue and all this junk?
Okay. Alright, gamers! Welcome to Retro Spotlight. I am your host, Mike the Zorch, and today we're looking at the MS-DOS version of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. This was released on Amiga, MS-DOS, and Macintosh back in 1992. It's also been released on various other platforms. You can find it on Steam. It will run in DOSBox. If you have an original copy, or if you can find an original copy of this, you can still play it today, even on a modern machine. All you need is the Scum VM software, which emulates the Scum VM engine that a lot of these classic LucasArts games used. And like everything from Maniac Mansion all the way up to Day of the Tentacle, and I think what was that other one? It was what was that one game? I think Grim Fandango also ran on it. What was that one with the biker? I can't remember the name of the one with the biker that was that people liked. Dang it, I can't remember that one. I can't remember the name of that one. But a lot of those games ran on it, and this will run on that engine too. So if you have an original copy that you can find somewhere and get the files, all you need is the game files and the Scum engine, and that you can download, and you can play this game. So if you can find an original DOS copy of this, you're golden. And what we're doing here is we're playing an original PC MS-DOS version in DOSBox.
Some kind of funeral urn.
Okay. Uh-oh. He's always falling through holes.
Oof.
This guy's definitely no Troy Baker. Speaking of which, the reason why I'm playing this is because Indiana Jones and the Great Circle came out. And that's surprisingly a good game. I have not seen any weird messaging in it. Maybe a tiny hint. I'm not going to go into depth into the whole thing, but I think what happened is SBI was involved, and I think Machinegames decided, you know what, we're going to minimize the damage they could cause. We are big time Indiana Jones fans. We're going to make a good Indiana Jones game. We're not going to let them ruin it. And I think that's what happened. And it's a great game. I have been playing it. I'm in the middle of the part where you're in the Giza right now. I'm in the middle of that part. I got through the Vatican section, and I'm going through Giza right now. Fantastic game, absolutely fantastic. Not an easy game. Indy's the tough guy, but he's not a super soldier. You know, he's not it's not what's his name from Wolfenstein, who can just plow through Nazis like crazy. No, he's human. He's tougher than most, but yeah, you have to strategize before you decide to take on the enemy in this. You gotta think. It's a thinking person's game. So there's a lot of people out there who just don't want to think, and some of the puzzles can be a little challenging too. I haven't had any major problem with the puzzles like in it. The puzzles have actually been pretty good. They haven't been too difficult. And the characters that people were afraid would be a girl boss never gave you the answers or even guided you through it. In fact, most of the time, she was getting herself into trouble. Or getting both her and Indy into trouble. So, anyway, to commemorate that, I'm playing this. Alright, big crate.
The label says unidentified potsherds.
God, this
Marcus thought potlatch Indians carved this. Looks
Yes.
like a movie prop to me.
guy is no Troy Baker. I don't know who this guy is that,
Looks like textiles from the Shaman collection.
another hole. But Troy Baker does an incredible job mimicking the voice of Harrison Ford, a young Harrison Ford. I have to say, he did a great job. This guy is definitely no Troy
I
Baker.
think I've read them all. I don't need them. They're just textbooks.
Now, the Amiga version does not, the Amiga version does not have dialogue. It has the text, but it doesn't have the actual
There's nothing of
voiced
importance
dialogue. The MS-DOS version does.
The stairway is closed for repairs. These books don't look familiar. Uh-oh.
Dang it. Always falling through holes.
Better get that roof checked.
Don't you mean floor?
One of Tutankhamun's pets. Yow! A fine sample of bitumen. It's too slippery to walk up. It's hot. I'll be. Here's what I've been searching for. Strange-looking thing. I wonder where Marcus picked it up.
Alright. There we go. Scum engine. Use music system. By the way, the audio that you're hearing, it's the MT32 setting in DOSBox. The Sound Blaster is just FM Synth, but this is actually using Wavetable.
I'm back.
Indy? You don't look at all well, Dr. Jones.
Exploring our collections can be dangerous, Mr. What was your name again?
Smith. Tell me, did you find a lock to match my key?
You bet I did. Take a look.
What are you waiting for? Let's open it.
Why not? It's an obvious fake.
You may think so, Doctor, but I believe we are opening a new chapter in history.
This part's slow on the Amiga part.
My word, Indy, a small metal bead. Jewelry, perhaps?
I still think it's a fake.
Then you won't mind if I take it.
Really, Mr. Smith?
Stand back, gentlemen.
I hope you've got a getaway car waiting. You'll need one.
Wo ist Fritz?
Oh. Yeah, that's about how most fights go.
He got away.
But we got his coat, Marcus. Hey, what's this? Klaus Kerner, huh?
Good Lord, Indy, the man's some sort of agent from the Third Reich. What
It's
is this
always the
spy want with
Nazis.
this statue?
I lied, Marcus. I don't think it's a phony. I can't place the style, but it's old.
Look what else our friend was carrying. An old copy of National Archaeology. And there you are in Iceland.
Yeah, field supervisor for the Jastro expedition. My first real job.
Who's the woman?
Sophia Hapgood. She was my assistant, a spoiled rich kid from Boston, rebelling against her family.
Where is she now?
She gave up archaeology to become a psychic.
How odd.
You can say that again.
Indy, Kerner found you. What if he finds her? We should warn the woman.
You're right. I want to know more about that statue. You know, Marcus, the coldest year of my life was the one I spent in Iceland with Sophia.
The Great Circle sort of starts like this too, in a way. And a travel map. And here we go with the interface. There's your classic ScumVM interface. Games like this, if you were playing like a Sierra adventure, you would get like a text box down here. But LucasArts put commands down here that you would click on, and then you would interact with things in the world. Let's see.
Hello there.
The show sold out, sir.
But
No seats, no standing room, no exceptions.
Okay.
it's today's paper. I can't make a call. I'm out of nickels.
Wow. Nickels. Okay. Let's see. Look at. Huh.
It's a crate. It won't come any further toward me. The way looks blocked. The way looks blocked. It won't come any further toward me. I can't pick that up. That doesn't seem to work. It won't go any further that way. The way looks blocked.
Alright. Let's see.
It doesn't seem to open. The way looks blocked. Looks like it might lead backstage. The way looks blocked. Looks like it might lead backstage.
How do I get up on it? Okay.
It's unlocked.
What do you want, pal? This ain't no ticket office.
I'm here to enjoy Madam's outrageous orations.
This ain't that kind of show.
See, I think there's a misunderstanding here. Of course not. Madame Sophia is a serious thinker. Sophistry. I forgot what that is. Try complimenting her.
Oh, of course not. Madame Sophia is a serious thinker.
Don't kid around, pal. You're talking about my idol.
No kidding. I think she's the greatest.
Me too. There's something about her.
Great cerebrum, very smart.
Yeah, she's very smart.
Smart, I'll say. You know what I really like? It's the way she...
Let's see, the way she pokes out of their hard-earned cash. The way she tosses her head when she laughs. The way she makes things so easy to understand. The way she hires poor Neanderthals like you. You can get into a fight with this guy.
The way she makes things easy to understand?
That's it. All that smart stuff seems so easy when I'm listening to her. Say, you're okay for a college boy. Come on in.
Okay.
Hey! You must be the new doorman. About time they got rid of Biff. He was such a pushover.
I need to talk to that so-called psychic.
It's Madame Sophia to us employees, fella.
Excuse me.
Take it easy and watch the show.
Here, my friends, is Atlantis, as it might have appeared in its heyday. Glorious, prosperous, socially and technically advanced, beyond our wildest dreams. 5,000 years ago, while everyone else still wore animal skins, the mighty spirits of Atlantis dared to build a city where knowledge and power were united in true happiness. Centuries later, the famous philosopher Plato wrote about it. He placed Atlantis on a continent out in the deep ocean and described how it was divided
There's a
into
structure
three
out in Africa
circular
that
parts,
looks like that.
such as you see here.
Isn't she something? She can go on for hours.
Excuse me.
Shh! She's just coming to the exciting part.
What befell this serene city? We may never know for sure. Was it the sea level slowly creeping higher, or the earth itself suddenly shifting? However it happened, panic must have gripped the citizens on that fateful day when proud Atlantis sank beneath the waves. Or perhaps it was a volcanic eruption, and something remains even now. On some questions, the great spirit who guides my thoughts, the all-seeing Nurab-Sal, is silent.
I've been through this 100 times. The woman never stops.
Excuse me.
Yeah, what now?
See, is there something you'd rather be doing?
Isn't there something you'd rather be doing?
Like what? Show business is my whole life.
Don't you ever read?
Don't you ever read?
Sure, it's a hobby of mine.
What if I give you something to read?
What if I give you something to read?
I might take a look.
Okay, so the way to give, you push give, newspaper, and click on the
Here.
guy.
Well, well, the late edition. I wonder if the Dodgers won. Watch the lights while I find out, okay?
Okay, now this is a first real major puzzle. You need to turn these lights green to activate this thing. Now the thing with these puzzles in these games is that you can sit here an entire day trying to figure out a puzzle in these games. Now, some of them can be really hard, some of them can be really easy. Well, let's see. I'm going to push the left lever. Okay, that's yellow. I'm going to push... green. Now, the button.
There it goes.
And I still feel the presence of Atlantis through... May I present Nurab-Sal, the great Atlantean god of...
Deceit!
deceit. Thanks, Indy. Indiana Jones? You've got some nerve. Go back, you big jack-o'-lantern. Oh, great. Good night, folks. Come on, mister. I've got a few words to mince with you.
I'd say it's about time.
Things did not
Oh, no!
end well with
Looks
these
like
guys.
Kerner got here first. Stay put.
All right.
No one here.
Oh,
Nor here either.
he's there.
Dr. Uberman, fantastic news. We found the treasure we seek.
Nazis. Not quite Voss. Voss is an interesting
That's
character.
the second time Kerner slipped away. What does a Nazi spy want with old statues?
Have you seen the newspaper? Listen to this. Germans claim
wizard.
victory in worldwide race to smash the uranium atom. Chief scientist Dr. Hans Uberman announces plan to harness new sources of energy for the Third Reich.
Few people
So?
realize this, but the Nazis were working on the nuke. They were working on a nuclear weapon, but there was a team that was sent in that took down a plant that was making heavy water, and it stopped their project. Practical results are years away. They'll never find enough uranium. Sounds like
They'll never find enough uranium.
Of course not. That's why they're looking for the power of Atlantis.
Be serious. I used to think you'd make a good scientist.
that you've been publishing, never published, stole things from my expedition. You've been concealing important artifacts.
Yet you've been concealing important artifacts. Artifacts such as archaeology has never seen. You're lucky I don't have you arrested.
So what if I kept a few pieces for myself? Look for a small coppery bead under those clippings in my desk.
What do you know?
Kerner missed the grand prize.
What?
My necklace. Watch closely. The bead is made of orichalcum, the mystery metal first mentioned by Plato. Now I'll place it in the medallion's mouth. Did you see that?
Yeah, creepy. Is your electric bill paid up?
That was Nurab Sal. His spirit is close.
Let's see. Closer than Atlantis, that's for sure. I'm not interested in spiritual mumbo-jumbo. Don't try your psychic act on me.
Don't try your psychic act on me. Suppose I gave this orichalcum business any credence, which I don't.
You have no idea where to find your mythical lost city. Atlantis has been underwater for centuries. Who knows where these beads really came from? You may have just used the last bead.
We have no idea where to find your mythical lost city.
Shh! I'm getting something. Nurab Sal speaks. He bids us find the... What? Oh, a book, yes. The Lost Dialogue of Plato.
Another fine myth.
Plato wrote it. Later authors would have reported it.
It's not in any library I've ever been in.
What if the Nazis have already found a copy? You ever think of that?
You found this stuff in Iceland, right? What were these pieces doing in Iceland, I wonder? How did the Nazis get interested in Iceland?
How did the Nazis get interested in Iceland?
Antiquities dealers probably told them about me.
Nice friends you have. Who's working there these days?
Bjorn Heimdall, I believe.
Maybe we should pay him a visit. What do you say?
I thought you'd never ask.
Listen,
Yes?
remember this place?
The Jastro expedition. How could I forget?
Let's look around.
Okay.
It's my favorite piece of equipment. It looks like someone's still living here. It looks like someone's still living here.
You dig site.
Pardon me.
Dr. Indiana Jones, I believe, and Madame Sophia Hapgood. This is my dig site now. Go away.
Thought you were digging up Norse graves in Denmark. I'm not feeling very friendly today, are we?
I thought you were digging up Norse graves in Denmark.
I was. Obviously now I'm not.
Not feeling very friendly today, are
Not
we?
feeling very friendly today, are we?
I like solitude. It helps me think.
Doctor, what do you expect to find here?
The secret of Hyperborea. That's what the Greeks called Iceland, you know. You've read how they sailed north to a fog-shrouded land and how they never set foot upon it? Ha! After traveling thousands of miles, mere fog wouldn't turn them back. Some idiots claim they were repelled by ghosts. Poppycock, you know what actually stopped them, Sean?
Maybe they didn't allot any time to their itinerary. Don't know, but maybe Sophia has an idea?
I don't know, but maybe Sophia has an idea.
Forget it. I'll just tell you. They were stopped by a force field put here by beings not of this earth.
That's fascinating, Doctor.
Ever heard of Plato's lost... Let's see, why did these beings show up here? So you completely discount the supernatural? Let's see, why did these beings show up here? Have you ever heard of Plato's lost dialogue?
Have you ever heard of Plato's Lost Dialogue?
Yes, there are rumors about such a book, but I've yet to see it. There are two people you might want to visit. Charles Sternhardt in Tikal, a shady fellow, who claims he translated the whole thing, and Philippe Costa in the Azores Islands. As a researcher, he's a farce, but he's a sharp trader.
Why did these beings show up here?
I am convinced that these travelers came to Earth to form colonies like Atlantis, using Hyperborea as a spaceport. Up north here, we're close to the ether. It's a perfect landing site.
Hyperborea and Atlantis. So what's the link?
So what's the link between Hyperborea and Atlantis?
Right, the Yastro expedition, the one you both worked on. Recently I saw pieces from it, pieces that are clearly Atlantean.
I see. Somebody must have been selling them.
Go ahead, blame it all on me.
Let's see, where did you say these pieces come from?
Where did you say those pieces come from?
If it's artifacts of Atlantis you want, talk to Sternhardt and Costa.
So you completely discount the supernatural?
Completely. If it's supernatural you want, talk to Sternhardt and Costa.
What is this thing you're working on?
The bronze eel here? Oh, it's probably a homing beacon for wayward spaceships. soon I'll have it out of the ice.
Eel.
What is this eel artifact again?
I already told you. It's an Atlantean lighthouse. I think.
So long.
Good luck, fellow believer.
Sophia,
What's on your mind?
I think the good doctor's got frostbite in the brain.
I think the good doctor's got frostbite of the brain.
I'll say, spacemen my eye.
Let's head for the airport.
Okay, so... alright, we get to head to some places. We're at Iceland. It's the Azores now.
This is his house?
This is it.
Alrighty then, I think we will leave it here, otherwise we would be going through the entire game. But sometimes the puzzles in this can be really hard, and you could spend hours, in fact an entire day, trying to figure out some of the puzzles on this. These games were great. 1992, or in late part of the 80s and the beginning and middle half of the 90s was the golden era of LucasArts. This is when they released stuff like Dark Forces and this Indiana Jones game, and so many other really good adventure games that they've made, all running on the Scum engine. Just some of the really good stuff. They did the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games later on in the 90s, which were all great. This was just their best era of games before everything went to hell, before the dark times, before Disney. Anyway, this has been Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. I've been your host, Mike DeZorch. I will be bringing you a lot more games from yesteryear, from way back when, next time. See you then.